Welcome back, my darling critters. It feels like forever since the last episode of Bell's Hells. They took a month off, but we did get a fantastic campaign set in Exandria's far past called Exandria Unlimited, The Calamity, run by a guest dungeon master, Brennan Lee Mulligan. I highly recommend watching it if you have not already. Just make sure to bring a box of Kleenex. There also was a little itty bitty mini campaign run by Marissa called A Familiar Problem, which was extremely fun, especially since the RuPaul drag queen Heidi N. Closet was a guest player. Yes, a drag queen on Critical Role. I was so thrilled. Speaking of drag queens, I am the BookTube Goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube. So let's talk about episode 25 of Bell's Hells. We were treated to a new opening sequence. Now, to me, it looked like a rotoscope animation, which is not my favorite type of animation. Rotoscope, by the way, was used in an adaptation of the Philip K. Dick story, A Scanner Darkly, starring Keanu Reeves. I had trouble getting into the movie because of the rotoscope, but maybe that's just me. As an intro to Critical Role, I think it was fine, especially the actors being flavored by little snippets of their characters. So that was fun. Anyway, back to episode 25. We had an interesting start right from the get-go when Matt seemed to get a little tongue-tied. Well, there was a long break.
Their Arashari friend, not Arashari, Arashari friend there, but Air Elemental one. My brain totally, wow.
What was his name?
Dorian, it'll be easier to just say his name, Dorian. Wow, gone for a month, my brain's already melted. That one there, yeah.
That one there, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Well-oiled machine. Way to come out strong, Matt.
Anyway, if you forgot, there is a guest member of the party, Dusk, played by Erika Ishii, who is apparently an elven wizard who wields a sword. I'm really not sure about this character, but anyway, she seems fun. The party is in Basuris, and we finally get the scene at the restaurant we've been hearing so much about. A taste of Teldori.
On second thoughts, let's not go to Camelot. It is a silly place. Right.
Yes, it's about what you would expect, but we did get a very interesting and important plot point. Dusk had been lost in the Feywild and were saved by a Fey couple. We see a locket with the pictures of those who saved her, and we discover it is Fern's parents. What?
I'm looking for people that helped me.
Helped you
How?
Well, through the Feywild.
through the Feywild? Like
They helped-
in the Feywild? Or to get here?
Both. They, they show me around, and then they help me find a way back here. I don't know if I made the right decision leaving or not, but, they were very kind to me.
Who are they?
I have, and I pull out, I have a little locket, and I open up, and there's a picture
Of one person or two?
of two.
Okay, what are they?
Of,
There are two figures. Well, they're kind of like a gently drawn, painted portrait. Both of them are unfamiliar to all of you except for you.
Lore.
There is two familiar portraits of The Calloway parents that birthed you.
The Calloway parents? Her parents.
Oh. How do you know them? From the Feywild. Do you know them? Yes. Yes, those are my parents.
I love it when stories are woven together. Conveniently, Dusk has little memory of what happened to her in the Feywild. But Imogen, since she is lauded as a telepathic master, much to FCG's chagrin.
I don't want to speak for Imogen or volunteer, you know, in any way, but Imogen is very gifted, very capable at kind of peering into one's minds and thoughts.
I mean, I'm no slouch either, but...
And fresh cut grass too. But Imogen is just...
I mean, I'm equally as
so talented, and he's also here. And,
Imogen is able to contact Fern's parents telepathically, and they are close enough nearby that they can arrange a meeting spot. As Fern would say, how serendipitous. But there are bigger fish to fry. The whole reason the party has gone to Besaurus is to track down Armand Treshi and bring him to justice. Yes, they have become bounty hunters. Using the magical tracker they track down the enchanted ring that Treshi was wearing. This leads them to a gift shop. Of course, tracking down Treshi isn't going to be that easy, and he apparently pawned the ring since he was running short on funds. Now Dusk was able to use the suggestion spell.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
On the shopkeeper to find out that Armand Treshi is located in a fortress, the headquarters of, wait for it, Paragon's Call. Was it just me, but did Matt look a little bit exasperated that they figured this out so quickly?
Yeah, when did this one come in?
Oh, this came in about a week ago, I think. Is that right, Uma? Yes, about a week ago.
Oh, did a dwarf actually give it to you? Like a craftsman himself?
It is policy not to disclose our providers.
Well,
you understand, professional reasons.
Well, I mean...
But it comes from a lineage where it would be consistent in quality.
That seems a little vague to me. I mean, can't you give me any more?
Let's just say the individual who sold this could afford the finest of jewelry. And parting with this means that the finest of jewelry could once again be yours.
Okay. All right. You should tell me about who gave you this ring. Suggestion.
That's the stuff.
there we go. Come on.
Jedi mind tricks.
All right, here we go.
You will tell me.
You watch him kind of look at you with this coy smile. His eyes go slack for a second and his jaw kind of opens ever so faintly. Like for a brief moment, his brain just goes blank. And the smile curls up once more. Yes, it is a gentleman we see and hear from time to time, named Armand Treshi. He's quite involved with one of the crawler gangs of the city. Probably, if I recall, based on his companions, where he is now.
Smile.
Do you get all that?
Yeah, which gang?
Well, which gang would that be?
The Paragon's call. They are,
Right. That makes
Oh, but, yeah.
they're a bit,
Oh, right.
bit in a dogged state with the other crawlers.
When are all of them not? Am I right? Anything else?
Oh, yeah, does he know where they meet?
Where could I find more craftsmanship like this? Like from, I want to know more. Where do you think I could find this gentleman?
Armand, the spell itself is beginning to, I'll say...
God.
No, it's concentration. Mm-hmm. Well, for this, and it is still the same request. You okay? I'll let it go. Yeah. Himself goes, well, if it's with the call, you can. At this point, you're kind of noticing over that the woman who's also in this place is kind of looking like, with the eyes like, what the? You're just spilling the beans. That kind of expression of what are you doing? Mm-hmm. There's the seat of disdain is the fortress that the call.
Oh, I almost forgot. Remember that whole incident between Imogen and Laudna? Laudna broke the gnarl stone that was slowly getting a grip on Imogen. We finally get a callback to that because their friendship is strained. Imogen seems jealous of Dusk. Laudna tries making up with Imogen by giving her a potholder. But honestly, what seems much more important is that Delilah has absorbed the power of the stone. What is going on with that? We don't find out in this episode, but I can't wait to see where it leads. Now, is it just me, but when Laudna is upset, does she turn into Mary Tyler Moore?
I did something so
Okay, it's okay. No, just didn't want to. Just come on. I don't want it. Here, just have a little. Just come on. Just. I don't want it. Don't you?
I just collapsed in ash.
Okay.
Honey, don't cry.
Why should I cry? I have a perfectly honest and good reason to cry, and I'm gonna cry. Okay.
Okay, I don't need to know what happened. It's not for me to know. It's your business.
I broke her rock.
I usually look so much better than this. Please believe me, I have a much cuter dress and the cleaners and my hair.
Because I'm a terrible friend.
No, you're not a terrible friend.
Of course, they head towards the fortress. On the way, FCG tries to talk to automatons. I think there's some sort of subplot going on with that, but I'm really not quite sure. But they finally get to the fortress, and Fern turns into a quokka to scout. Now, I had no idea what a quokka is, but apparently it's some little smiling marsupial that throws its babies at predators. Anyway, she is so cute. She makes her way in and meets my cunt.
Oh my god, I don't even know what you are, but you're adorable. Oh my god. My cunts! My cunts!
My cunts?
My cunt. I heard my cunt. Yep. Paging my cunt. Is my cunt.
Here, all NPCs are now named David from here on out.
We can't have nice things.
We cannot.
We can't have nice things.
My name. My cunts. Harry Butts, get over here.
The spelling in my head was different.
It always is.
But let's just say, my guns has a rough time with his title. You hear Snickers nearby, and he goes, "Just call me Mick."
Fern doesn't really find out much before she is thrown out, but she does get a layout of the place. She cannot confirm if Treshi is actually in the fortress. So the rest of the episode pretty much goes where every D&D campaign ever goes, including Critical Role, spending way too much time planning their next move. Have you ever played a campaign where your group has spent hours planning and whatever you plan either goes terribly wrong or never gets off the ground? Just me? let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell. Well, finally, Imogen goes back to the gift shop where Treshi sold his ring. They get a receipt with the shopkeeper's signature. Orem is the one that wins the forgery contest and forges a note, giving Treshi one last chance to get his ring back. They go to sleep that night with the plan to deliver the note the next day, and that's where the episode ends. Now, I try to analyze the episodes in terms of storytelling, and this, in my humble homosexual opinion, was a bridge episode. Not a terribly great deal happens, and we do get some forward movement in the Treshi affair. Overall, I give this episode a 6 out of 10, but I am very curious of what happens next week. Will we get combat? Will they kidnap Treshi? Is Treshi even at the Paragon's Call Fortress? I would be disappointed if there is not more forward movement on their quest, because too many bridge episodes, bridging one event to another, can be boring. If you missed my last recap, you can find it right here. Until we meet again, may all the books you read and the campaigns you play in be blessed.